All right, welcome to episode 13 of Kings of Opinion. This is our special holiday 4th of July edition. I'm welcoming back Christina. It's been a while, so everyone say
Hi.
hello.
Hello, everybody.
And you also got the Wanderer next to her.
Welcome back. Happy 4th of July weekend, everyone. And stars and bars.
There we go. Hope everyone out there is barbecuing every day, all day throughout the weekend, and especially tomorrow. I will not be, but that's okay. Hopefully everyone else is, right? You know what I mean?
I will be for sure.
I had my share of burgers over the weekend anyway, so I'm
Nice.
all right.
What was the best one?
Absolutely. So I'm going to start off with, I guess, a different kind of rant, but maybe something similar. I've been noticing recently, like, you know how you used to have, you go into Manhattan, or you're getting on a highway or a side road that's going to connect to, or like an on-ramp.
Yeah, like the George Washington Bridge.
Right. So you used to see the hobos there with the, like the signs, please help me.
Panhandling?
Yeah, any food, or they'll wash your windows and this, that, and the other. Don't get me wrong. They're still out there. But I feel like there's a new presence on the highways. And
Scooters?
no, not scooter. Well, those two. We can talk about that in a second. Those two, which is actually great that you said that because we can talk about that too.
Segway.
But the new
No
thing
pun
is
intended.
there are people on the highways, whether or not it be legitimately on the highway or off ramps of exits. And I've been seeing it for, let's just say, about a year now on the actual highways, selling fruits
Oh, yeah.
and things of that nature, just in the middle of the highway while there's traffic, and just selling mangoes, limes, apples, churros.
Yeah, even right here on the service road.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was getting to. I just saw it on Saturday. I'm going to a friend's house for a barbecue. I'm getting off the highway, and literally off Hillside Avenue on the cross island, there's someone selling like mangoes and limes.
And who thinks to themselves driving? You know what? I need a mango right now.
Right?
It's probably very refreshing on a day like today.
Maybe.
But how are you gonna cut it?
No, it's already
Freaking
cut.
mango.
It's already cut.
No.
Yeah, it's
Well,
already
some of them
cut.
are already cut, to be fair.
The one
But-
I'm just talking about, the one that I saw.
Right.
It's like if you the service road, LIE service road.
Okay.
Yeah, over there.
So, like, the ones I saw 2 days ago, they had, like, cups of cut, I would assume, mango and some other fruit.
I mean,
Ready to go,
northern
with a
states.
fork
Sorry.
in it. And then they were selling bags of limes. So, like, I guess if you were thinking, hey, I'm going to a barbecue, did someone forget the limes? Maybe you would get a bag of limes right off the highway. I don't know. Like,
You got some Ronas. You need limes, right?
Right, maybe. Or maybe you just want to throw them at people while you're driving on the streets. Who knows?
I mean, I can do that sometimes. That's what I want to do.
Right?
That could get ugly though.
I mean, what isn't ugly about New York City nowadays? Yeah, but I just find it strange that there's all these different things on the highways happening right now. And you did mention scooters, and now that's an issue too. Like near Yankee Stadium, when you cross over the McCombs Bridge and you're getting ready to go to the stadium or you're going home in either direction on the Major Deegan, they have a guy selling water. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I bought the water before because I was thirsty. Like maybe I got out of work, it's really hot, and I'm like, damn, I have no water, and I'm an hour from home, and I'm like, I don't want to die of thirst.
Yeah.
I bought a water, but like I'd be a little nervous. Like, is that water like
Water, or is it like
right?
poison?
Right. Am I gonna die 10 minutes later on the Major Deegan on the way home? Like, so I almost get the water.
I would think it's safe.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not.
I guess I'm a trusting guy though. I don't know.
You're a little naive, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, no,
Who
I'm,
knows?
I'm not a very trusting person. I never buy stuff from those people.
I don't want to say trusting. Maybe like I'm a little more skeptical. Like, is it really good? And then if you don't hear the click, then you throw it
Well,
out.
if you don't hear the click,
Right.
that could
So
be
like, if I hear the
an
click,
issue
it's a little
right there.
safer, and it's really ice cold. I'll drink it. But mangoes and churros, limes, all different
Yeah.
type watermelons.
Why not?
I don't know, man.
I
Like,
don't know.
Listen,
I'm
you
with them
never
on this
you never
one.
know when you feel like having some mango or some watermelon.
Go to the
It's summer. It's hot.
store.
It's hot
There are
out. It's the summer.
stores
You're on the
that
run.
Sell these things.
Yeah, but they also sell them there. It's a hustle.
I guess there's just too many hustles right now, and on the highway, like I get it, a fruit stand.
Oh, you're saying the danger. You're talking about the
yeah, there's like
danger.
a lot of things. Like, okay, so the other day I'm driving home from work, and it's on the Major Deacon when it's getting to like the Bruckner, and there's like 4 lanes going to 2, and you have that little triangle where they sit and sell the fruits. And I'm looking over, and some guy stops. Meanwhile, we're in standstill traffic, right?
Right.
So already everyone's annoyed. You're in standstill
Right.
traffic. So then some guy rolls down his window and is like bargaining for fruit for like a minute and a half.
Right.
Like
But
you're holding up traffic too on top of that.
I also think though it's relative to the amount of traffic. The more traffic there is, the more people there'll be selling it. You know?
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong, but I mean isn't there better places like to sell fruit? Like you could have a little stand on a corner in any major street, like Hillside and Lil Neck. People go through there all day. They would stop, pull over, get fruit, and keep it moving.
Mm.
You have to have them on the highway,
Right. You're thinking in terms of like traffic and
just people
safety.
wanting to get home at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning after a long day.
Yeah, I don't think that's really impeding them that much, but I do understand. I get your argument.
As long as you get it. Thanks.
Of course.
Thanks, pal.
That's what I'm here for, dude.
So I don't know. And then the whole scooters thing, that's a whole other dangerous thing because it was enough
Yeah.
with the
It's
motorcycles.
got to be illegal, right? It's got to be illegal,
Yeah.
right?
They don't even have licenses.
Well, some scooters do. Like those Vespas, you could have scooters.
Oh, that's not a scooter, though. I'm talking about
Like-
straight
No.
up
I'm talking about the
e-scooter.
scooters. Like the one I fell off.
The one that
of.
you don't hear, and the one that you don't hear coming, and then it slaps into your car or into you.
Right. And you know what's even more dangerous than that? Not even, I'd rather them be on the highway because at least you know which direction they're going. It's still dangerous, don't get me wrong. The worst is when they're on a major street and they blow red lights because they think they can get through. And you might be coming across. It's almost happened to me a few times.
Is this a new movie?
I know. This
Oh,
is just a piece of
sorry.
show. It's all right. Oh, look. No, it is a new movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A little, what
I
is
have
it,
to check it.
cartoon. But when you're on any kind of road and you have the green light and you start to proceed through, and then a scooter or even a bicycle for that matter, like electric bicycle or even regular bicycle, they just blow the red lights and they could just rock right into
And
you.
those things go, the pickup
Worse,
on
you
those
rock
things is
into them.
crazy.
That's
Well, that would be even
That's
worse. But
even
even if they
worse.
rock into you,
It reminds me of
Sucks.
those Tesla videos, you know?
yeah, it's not a good thing.
No.
And you'll never catch them really for the most part. And we could go on tangents all day with the ATVs and the dirt bikes and all that. It's all the same.
Right.
Like they do whatever they want, and really the city needs to get going with doing something about this because people's lives and insurances are affected. Because, like Christine, like you just said, if someone gets if you hit them
Right.
as opposed
It's
to
your fault.
them hitting
it's
you,
your fault.
not only is it your fault, but you could
Kill them.
kill somebody, and then what? You know, even if you say, "Oh, they blew the red light," someone's still going to try and sue you.
Right.
So,
Well, that's the whole other ballgame is people actively looking for lawsuits, you know?
We can go on with this all day.
100%. So, but I guess we'll end the rant here for now.
Yeah, we'll dip out of that ocean real quick.
Right now, there's a quick dip, quick cold plunge in and out as
Polar
polar
precision.
plunge, and we're done with it. So, news for baseball for the last week. I don't know if you guys were watching baseball last week. But
Yeah.
there was the 24th perfect game in MLB history.
Herman, right?
Yep, it was done by the Yankees, and he's on the mound today. Domingo Herman had a perfect game last week.
Did you watch?
I did. I watched most of it. It was a crazy game. He pitched great. It was like he went 9 innings, 9 strikeouts, and 99 pitches, which is kind of
I
weird.
kept getting the notifications about the game. I think I turned it on in the 8th because I was like, I got to see this. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy that I did because how often do you get to see a perfect game?
Well, we've been lucky more than most.
Well,
Yankee fans.
yes, we have.
Nice little
Well,
redemption
David Cohn
for
was
him,
the
huh?
last, right?
Yep.
David Cohn was the last
Yep.
perfect game.
Yep. And David Wells the year before.
Yep.
So we've seen 3 out of the 4 that they've had. And the funny thing is, I was hanging out with Amish and Steve that night watching the end of the game. And once the game was over, and you heard it here first, even though you didn't, because you probably heard it other places because it happened last week, but I was the first one to probably say that every year the Yankees had a perfect game, they won the World Series. So we'll see what happens
See
this
what
year.
happens.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, it was always a chance. So maybe they'll get the turnaround, even though after that game, their weekend series against the Cardinals.
Wait, did you
wasn't too
fact
good.
check this?
I didn't have to. I know it.
The
But
first, who was the first Yankee?
Don Larson in
And-
I think the '56
And they won the World Series that year?
Well, he pitched the perfect game in the World Series, and they wound up winning the World Series.
Okay.
So that's the not the tricky one, but it
It's quite a
happened
feat.
not in the season. It happened in the World Series, and
But
you know,
it still happened.
yeah, they wound up winning that
Okay.
World Series.
Legendary, some
Yeah.
might say.
Right. And Yogi Berra was catching that game. It was crazy. Side note, my dad actually has a signed ball by both of them.
Wow.
And they
It's
even
pretty
wrote
cool.
on it, perfect game 1956, which is kind of wild.
Oh.
So,
Very
If,
cool.
if we're going to win the World Series this year, they better
Oh,
step
you're
it
on the
up.
team now?
I am
Okay.
on the team.
Cool.
I've been on the team for a very long time.
Excellent.
Probably the longest running player.
Wow. History in the room.
No, but they better pick it up if that's going to be any sort of a hope this year.
Well, yeah,
They're not playing great these days.
no, I mean, they started on the road trip on the West Coast. They played Oakland. They lost the first game 2-1, which they should have never lost. So that was a bummer. Then they had the perfect game. Then they won the last game. Then they traveled to St. Louis, and St. Louis was a good team because last year they lost 3 out of 4. They were in St. Louis, and they were much better last year. But their team isn't as good this year, or at least underperforming, kind of like what the Yankees are doing.
How's Gorman doing for them?
Gorman?
Yeah.
For what, St. Louis?
Yeah.
No idea.
Huh.
I'm not following St. Louis. I'm following the Yankees.
Just Yanks?
Yeah.
You're strictly Homer.
No, I mean, I'll follow other people, but
Okay.
I mean, the St. Louis Cardinals I'm not really going to follow because they're not doing so well.
Gotcha.
You know, so.
You're looking for the top dogs.
Yeah, I'm looking for things all over the place. I just haven't really followed them much. There's a lot going on in baseball.
Right.
So all I know is they're not performing, almost like the Yankees, just a little bit worse than the Yankees. So we go in there, and what happens is we lose 2 out of 3. And we have no business losing 2 out of 3. Like, they get rocked in game. Well, first they had
They got destroyed game 1 yesterday.
Game 1 was on Saturday. It was a doubleheader. They lost game 1.
Saturday.
And then they won the second game. And then they come in yesterday, and it was a tight game. But then the Cardinals did something the Yankees should have done. They tacked on runs. The Yankees didn't do it. And they lost. So now we're back here in New York. Quick turnaround again because they flew from St. Louis, which I guess isn't that far of a flight, I don't think, right? Maybe like 2 hours, something like that.
I'm not sure.
I think it's 3 hours.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
No.
But now they're playing the Baltimore Orioles 4 games in a row, and Baltimore right now
No
is
joke.
Exactly. They're a surprise team. They're in second place. They're, I think, 5 games better than the Yankees right now, which, I mean, for this time of year is not terrible, but these 4 games are super
It
important.
means more, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So let's check it out right now. So right now, yeah, they're actually 4 games better than the Yankees. 5 games in the loss column, only 3 games in the win column. So winning 3 out of 4 this week, at the very least, would be huge for them. So they pick up a couple games, but I almost want them to sweep. You know what I mean? Like show them that you're about winning series and putting down good teams.
Statement. Make a statement.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because the Yankees have not really been good as of up to now against the AL East. You know, they lost a lot to Boston. They lost a lot to Baltimore already.
What about Toronto?
I think they actually have a good record against Toronto, but that's the only one. And I think they only played in like 6 games. So it's
it's more to be determined.
Yeah, maybe 4-2 or something like that. I could be wrong. Like I'd have to look at this.
Is there any timetable yet on Judge's return?
Not that I've heard. I'm sure they were talking about it earlier, but he was just having catch in the outfield, so he hasn't really been hitting yet. I got to look at what's going on as far as his timetable, but it's all over the place right now. Like some people are saying, oh, he could be back by after the All-Star break, and some people are saying, August, maybe September. Like that's a long time for
a toe.
Yeah, it
feel
seems.
like
I'm sorry,
can't really put the whole team on one back, but it seems like he's a sorely missed person in both the lineup and the game.
Yeah, he's the catalyst for sure.
Right. So yeah, it says it right here. Right great toe sprain, which they were saying it was ligament damage, whatever. Possibly August. He resumed baseball activities on June 28th in Oakland, playing catch for the first time since injuring the toe. He's been playing catch the last couple of days. They're referring to it as a torn ligament on June 24th. He's getting injections, and that's really it. He's performing pool exercises. So basically, he's Michael Phelps right now.
How's
great $40 million swimmer? Thanks, guys.
How's Torres doing?
Glaber?
Yes.
He's all right.
I have him in fantasy. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
If you have him in fantasy, you should know how he's doing.
How's that?
Don't you follow your fantasy?
Not
team?
really. I'm becoming more detached.
Tell her why.
Day by day. What's that?
Why?
I think I'm gonna retire after this year. I'm just not feeling it anymore. It feels like a chore. I used to enjoy it, but I'm not passionate about it anymore.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, to be fair, baseball's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long season.
It's actually it's not that much work compared to like football. I think you have to make harder decisions, on game day. But it's still kind of annoying. sometimes.
So you're giving up on both?
Yeah, I think I'm clean slate. You know,
No matter what, like no.
not
I'm
no
50-50
not
on-
no matter what, but I only enjoy the draft. I don't like setting lineups and stuff like that.
Well,
It's
you
no
just-
fun
you
to me.
only- For football, you only set your lineup once a week.
Yeah, but you still got to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be tethered to that. You know.
So you just want to do the participate in the draft.
Yeah,
so
maybe
that's
just
it.
people could hire me
you should
just to do the
draft
draft,
all
and then
right.
that's it
I mean-
for a small fee.
Well, you'd have to throw out a resume then. No one's going to hire you if you don't have a resume. We got to know
Right.
how many playoffs you've been
Right.
in, how many championships you
championships?
won.
Well, I have a championship in the league that you guys were in, so there's that.
Well, yeah, we know about that, but the people at home.
I think
don't
I
know
also
about
went back. I went to the Super Bowl maybe twice in
that.
that
No, you
league,
did. You
back
lost
to back.
once to
I'm-
somebody. I can't remember.
Oh,
who
this
you lost
guy.
to. Oh!
Well, hey,
I
next
gotta
year,
say-
next year I was back there. Where
I mean,
were you
I
at?
picked pretty good lineups.
Just
Check
in the
Amisha's
playoffs, I
record.
didn't make it.
Check Amisha's record.
Oh yeah, you're the silent partner for.
I'm the silent
for
partner.
She does
Amish.
what you want to do now. She just does.
But
the
I
draft
actually
and-
have the
and
record
go.
to prove it.
Right.
Is that right?
Misha's won 2 out of 3 times I've done it for him.
Wow.
Well, maybe you got to.
Seems like a sound investment. Maybe you should open up your own, business.
Maybe, or maybe just do your own team and.
I'll
and
go
then-
partners with you.
I
Nobody
did
wants
one
to.
year, remember? I came in second.
I
Ah.
don't remember. I'm calling bullshit.
Maybe with our powers combined, we could,
Yeah, you guys do the draft
get
together.
something
then she
going
runs the team.
financially.
Yeah,
There you go.
and then neither one of you have to pay each other. You guys just both chip in for
Just
the league.
it just washes
And
itself.
then one hand washes the other. You guys do the draft together.
Love it.
Wanda, you just hang out after that, and then
Perfect.
I'll
and that's
manage
it.
the team. That's great.
Right.
All right, I like
I love it
this
when a plan comes together.
plan.
So I mean, Glaber's not doing terrible right now. He's batting 250 basically, 248, 12 homers, 34 RBIs. So he could be a lot better. His OPS is a little low, 737.
Definitely room for improvement.
Have you guys been to any games this year?
I've been to a Met game.
No, I'm
But
sorry, I
not-
meant Yankees.
No, I've not been to a Yankee
Right?
game yet.
I went to the Met Yankee game at Citi Field, but Yankee Stadium only been to one game so far. But I'm
Okay.
hoping to change that in the second half of the season. We'll see, or at least September-ish.
Yeah.
Did you did they have any like bobblehead or anything that day?
No, I went on a random day like after
Gotcha.
work, and there was nothing there.
Cool.
They have a lot of both the Mets and the Yankees have a lot of good stuff that when you hear it on the radio, like it's bobblehead night or
Right.
Derek Jeter Captain America night
Right.
or
Cool themes, yeah.
Mandalorian night. I think they have a Hawaiian shirt for
Yeah,
the Yankees.
I'm a sucker for a free shirt, so
Of course.
you know that.
Why wouldn't you? I'm a sucker for free anything.
If it's free, it's for me.
There you go. Right. So
price of on the house.
right. So like you got to go to those games. The only thing is those games the tickets are more expensive. So I like
Yeah,
to get
because
them-
the cost of the product they're giving you is built into the ticket.
which
That's
is really
how
not fair.
corporations work, yeah.
Yeah, which is really not fair if you think about it, because the people that make the stuff are like promoting their brand. So like whatever would be the like you have a bobblehead, it's brought to you by Citibank or
Right. Yeah, it's
Abercrombie.
always
So they're the one flipping the bill to get their product out there for whatever they're selling. So it really shouldn't affect the ticket because the Yankees aren't paying for that. If the Yankees were doing it, then I would understand. And maybe some of them they do it on their own.
everybody wants their taste, I
I
guess.
guess
Mhm.
Right?
so, right? When do we get our taste?
Hopefully
Maybe
soon.
put out
I
some
could I
products.
could use it.
Right. Couldn't we all? You know?
Hopefully
Well, listen, all
hopefully
that-
we'll have some abundance soon.
Listen, any sports team, if you're listening, we'll take
Yo,
free tickets.
anything free is for
Right.
us. Send it on over.
Right. We need at least
Contact the
somebody.
the
Contact Christina.
yeah, or hit us up on
Hit us
The
up
gram.
on our social media page at Kings of Opinions.
It's funny. We're very close to being on some of these podcast apps. I don't know if you guys know that.
what does that
Yeah.
mean?
What does that mean is behind the scenes, our tech crew, I guess you want to call them for now, our social media crew.
So wait, our signal is going up? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Wow.
we're going to be on a lot more platforms soon. I don't know
Oh,
exactly when. I'm hoping within the next week. We'll
Is that
see.
right?
Working
It is
on
a
it.
Great
holiday
news.
weekend.
Excellent.
So we'll see. But we're working on some things. We're going to be on some kind of apps. We'll let you know when we're up and running, hopefully soon.
Well, that's a nice treat.
Yeah, I wanted to surprise you with that too.
Thank you. I'm glad you
It was
saved it
something
for the show.
Something me and Christina were working on over the
Beautiful,
weekend.
beautiful.
So
Love it.
that's why she's here. Besides
Behind
fact
the
that she's
scenes.
always welcome. But we were working on some good stuff. So behind the scenes, she's plugging away on all these social media stuff, and hopefully
Thank
we'll
you.
get that going. But Mets, let's get to the Mets for a minute.
Oh boy.
I lost my train of thought with the Yankees, so we'll come back to that. But what do we got for the Mets? Have you seen any of the games, or you gave up on life with the Mets?
I've seen some of the more recent, struggles, I guess, or it's just it's not going well. It seems to be going in the same direction, and yeah, but I just don't give it too much energy. I just, if the game's on and I'm watching it, I want them to win, but I don't get too invested in it really.
Just seems like they're not gelling at all this year.
I think
Mets.
Pham is the only one who's been hitting lately, and that's never a good sign.
Right. Well, he's like at this point he's a journeyman, so if he's
Yeah.
hitting,
Yeah.
that's a problem. Well, not that it's a problem for
Not
him.
a
That's
problem, but
great.
he
That's
shouldn't
great.
be the whole offense.
Right. That makes him good trade bait to maybe get you something back. But then
Hopefully.
you lose that offense.
Also, you don't want to be in a fantasy league with that guy.
No, why not?
No. I think he welched on what's the guy's name? I think he used to be on the Dodgers. Is it Jock Peterson? I'm not sure,
What do
but
you mean?
they were in a fantasy league and he didn't pay.
So they were playing their own fantasy baseball league,
And
and
he-
he
and-
didn't pay the entry fee.
Yeah, and he put, and I guess what's his name? I don't know if it was Peterson or whoever it was put that info out there, and then I think he got slapped or punched or something. But that's what happens when you open
That
your
was
mouth.
last year, right?
When you open your mouth, that's a possibility.
Yeah, it's
you know?
always a possibility. So the Mets in June did not win a single series in 30 days.
Not surprised.
So that's tough. And before that, they were, I don't want to say treading water, they were over 500. Things were all right. And here comes
That's a
the
base
run
knock.
for Baltimore. Oh, no. They held them up. But it's going to be first and third.
No outs.
In the top of the second for Baltimore. But yeah, so they didn't win a single series in June. In the last week, they played the Milwaukee Brewers and the San Francisco Giants. And Milwaukee came into town and won 3 out of 4 against
Jeez.
them. Which, I mean, Milwaukee is not a bad team.
They're also not a great team.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
I think I might be going there for a game in the fall.
oh yeah,
Looking forward
well,
to
like
that.
September.
Yeah.
You're just going to see the Milwaukee Brewers. It's not with the Mets.
No, and I think the Badgers too.
Oh well, definitely put videos on Instagram of that whole
Yeah,
experience.
Sure.
that'll be fun.
You know? So, yeah. So 3 out of 4 they lose at home, no less. Like if you were away, whatever you want to split, but losing at home is even worse. It's kind of like what most likely the Yankees will do this week, which I would hate to see it happen, but you can't do that playing a 4-game series. A split is fine for me. 3 out of 4 you want to take, especially after the Mets were so good last year. And I guess this goes back to your point that you made a few minutes ago, Christina, is that they don't seem to be gelling, which is weird to me because they're not a new team. Everyone that was there last year came back this year. So you shouldn't really have to gel.
What's changed?
Yeah, what's changed? But I have an idea what's changed.
Okay. Let's
So
hear it.
did you know last year there was a bet? Lindor made a bet with McNeil.
Uh-oh.
If you win the batting champion title, right? I'll
So
buy you a car.
Lindor proposed this to McNeil.
Correct. Last year, I guess mid-season or whatever, because he was
Right.
having a good season.
Right.
He batted like 326 last year.
What's his name? The Flying Squirrel or something like that? I forget. I'm sorry.
I
Keep
don't know.
going.
You have to tell me that. I don't know the Mets nickname.
Keep going. Keep going.
You let us know what his nickname is.
Something like that.
The Flying Banshee. I don't know. Who knows?
I'm not
Tell
sure.
me. But oh look who it is. It's Aaron Hicks up to bat. Great.
Revenge game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a revenge week for him. I can see him putting in a home run right now because he couldn't do it with the Yankees. But anyway, I digress. So there was a bet. Lindor made a bet with him that if
You
you
buy
win
him
the
a car.
batting title, I'll buy you a car.
Okay.
So he wins the batting title.
What do you get him?
Nothing.
We got to listen. Tommy Pham fever is spreading.
Right.
It's the sickness, I guess.
So I guess
Everybody
there was things,
going back on their word. We can't have this
No.
with our franchise.
and I think it's causing a
this
little
is
bit
like that could be like a hex right there.
I don't know, but
Not good.
they went into spring training. He still didn't buy him.
We gotta get Lindor on the phone to make it right.
Yeah. Good luck with that. The guys at the fan couldn't even do it. So
Damn.
I mean, if he wants to come on Kings of Opinion, there's a seat on the couch for him, pal.
Listen,
Or
we'll
call
we'll
it.
hear you out, but
Yeah.
this seems to be, You got to make this right.
And from what I was hearing, there was no like I want a Ferrari or I want a Tahoe. He just said
So
a
he
car.
could have bought him a smart car.
Yeah, he could have
bought
got him
anything
a
he wanted.
Prius or
Like,
something.
within reason. Like I would assume, like, listen, I make you a bet.
Yeah.
And I have money like Lindor does. Like,
Right.
I'll get you.
What do they call those
60,000
small
car.
ones? Smart cars or
Yeah.
something? Yeah, but get him one of
That's what I
those.
said, right?
Sorry.
Yeah, you did say that.
Sorry, I was my attention, it wanders.
Makes sense.
Could have
Probably
gotten
part
a
of the
Toys R Us car and been like, I promised you a car, buddy.
There's no
Bit of
more
a fun
Toys R Us
joke.
though.
That
But
would have
still.
been a fun joke, but I think in reason
A clown car, yeah.
The guy makes $36 million a year. I would have got you something in the range of $60,000 to $80,000 car, like a nice Audi or Mercedes or something like that.
Did you ever see that Yankees edition Mustang?
No,
Oh,
no, not yet.
Yeah.
I've seen the Yankees edition. I think it's a Toyota Prius.
How was that?
It's a Toyota Prius.
Yeah. Took the words right out. If I see a Prius on the road, I want to run it over.
Whoa.
Right.
Okay.
It's almost on the same level as a smart car. I don't want it anywhere near. But so they go into spring training. They talk about it. Like the media, sports media tries to make a thing out of
Of course.
it.
That's what they do. That's
Right.
That's how they make money.
But they have a right to at this point. Like you had 6 months to
You
get
said
this guy a car.
You
Like,
said it.
You could have gotten him.
You
a
could
car.
have
You
kept
put
it
it out
under
there.
wraps.
You put it into
Right.
the universe.
Right.
It's there.
That's like me telling you I'm going to buy you a drink at the bar, and then we get to the bar and I disappear
That would never
for 6
happen.
months.
That
No, I
would
agree,
never
but
happen.
it's like that's like our bet on a car. Like
Right.
you know what I mean? Like
Right.
something like that.
Oh, I get it. That's
like I
the
keep ducking you for 6 months.
that's the
And
comparison.
then like the bartender sees you and he's like, "Yo, Pug still owes you a drink?" I'm like, yeah, man. Haven't seen him. It's been 6 months. Why is he not buying me a drink?
Yeah. It's
Like,
ducking them.
yeah,
Heavy
He's
ducking.
ducking it. Well, he's not really ducking because they play on the same team, but there's got to be a
No,
little
that's-
animosity. You're like,
That's ducking. He's ducking.
it's weird. Like you can't ask for it. Like, yo, bro, you owe me my car, right?
Yeah. Listen, all you have in this life is your word, right?
Agreed. Like, Christina, what do you think? Like, I don't understand. Like, what would you do in that situation? If you were McNeil, would you ask for the car over and over again? Would you just hate Lindor or something else?
See, I'm a person, I don't really ask for things. If you told me you were going to do something and you didn't do it, I'd probably just let it go, but I'd secretly hate you. I'd probably avoid you in the locker room.
That doesn't sound like letting
It
it
would
go.
be very passive aggressive in nature.
I
And
secretly hate you.
yeah, I would. And then you'd be like, "Yo, bro, what's your problem?" And I'd be like, "I don't know, bro. You told me if I won the home run contest,
Remind
you'd buy
me
me a
never to
car.
cross you.
TikTok still waiting."
So yeah, it's now July. It's been at least what 8 months now.
Well, it was the home run. It's almost a year.
No,
Why
no,
doesn't
it
he
was
just
the
have-
batting
why
championship?
doesn't
Oh, the
he
batting
just-
championship.
You should
Sorry.
just ask Uncle Stevie to get it. We just got to get this
The
taken
guy has
care of.
$336 million just from the Mets alone.
I just want it done. That's all
You
I'm
know?
saying.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Maybe someone buy him a car at this point. Like everyone chip in.
Just-
like,
just
buy
get
him
it
the old
done.
Car because apparently he doesn't make enough money to get his own car.
This is like the goat at
All right, you know what? Let's start a
the
GoFundMe
Cubs,
page for him.
ballpark.
Maybe we could, but do we really have to? He's got his own money too, and Lindor should pay up. It's like you pay into a bet, any kind of bet. When you lose, what happens? You have to pay, or who comes after you?
The Sharks.
Exactly, the goons, the muscle.
The muscle,
You know?
the soldiers.
Yeah, maybe McNeil should hire some goons.
He doesn't need
To go
goons. He
after Lindor.
could take care of it himself, but he's not going to do that because he's a good guy.
Passive
I want
aggressive. I'm telling
If
you.
I'm McNeil, I want my car. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? It's probably what's causing this rift and why the Mets are losing so much.
You ever seen Better Off Dead?
No.
Forget it.
I mean, you can tell us what it's about.
Yeah, it's a paper boy, and he wants his $2. So every time he sees John Cusack, he's like $2. That just reminded me of that.
And how long does he do that for?
Oh, the whole movie.
So
Yeah.
you know what he should start doing? Every time he sees him in the locker room, he should be like this.
Right. Or maybe like leave a little toy car in the guy's locker so that he remembers, and then
Drop a few hints,
by
few
like every
breadcrumbs.
game. So like now you're like almost 80 games in. He'd have 80 little toy cars in the locker.
Matchboxes, yeah.
If he throws them out, he throws them out. But there's always one there every day. And
Constant reminder, yeah.
Right. He
Well,
looks
at that point, he might as well just buy his own car.
The little Matchbox cars are like $2-3.
Yeah, I haven't bought one of those. I don't know if I ever bought one, but I had a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everyone.
I had a
Who's
whole
that?
collection.
Oh, wow, look at that. DeMar Hamlin at the Yankees game. Shout out to him. Hope he's doing well with
Well, he
his
looks
recovery.
well.
He looks great.
Yeah. He looks
Miracle right there.
Right. And he's got a heavy chain on his neck.
Hey, he deserves it.
Good for him.
Whatever way he wants.
Oh, that's funny. He can wear whatever he wants. Good for him. So yeah, so we got all that. The Mets wound up winning their first series of July, which was good against the Giants. They took 2 out of 3, so maybe they could turn it around. I don't know. Like you said, Wander, it's a waste of time right now until they like
Show you some signs of life.
give you a little life, get you excited, get you back in there. What was it? Uncle Stevie Cohen had
And
a
then,
meeting.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right. They had a meeting, and he said, he's disappointed for the most part,
Right.
but he still believes in the team, so he's giving them a little, a
Leeway.
little kick in the tush,
Yeah.
and then a little,
What about, I'm sorry,
no, go ahead.
what about this Scherzer leaving? Did you hear about that?
No, you tell me what happened.
Something that he could go at the deadline or something like that.
Like
somewhere
they're
else.
gonna trade him?
Yeah.
Why would they trade him?
Again, this was just something I read somewhere.
So
but
where would they trade him to?
I don't know. But, it could just be hearsay. In New York, they're just looking for stuff to write about,
You're right, to build up and to see like
to sell,
rumors.
clickbait. Unless there's truth to it, which I don't know.
I feel like every rumor has a little bit of truth to it. Like someone's
guess
taking
that's-
that from the office.
right.
So
It's warfare of the psychological kind, maybe.
right. There we go. So
Base knock.
yep, Harrison Bader got a little base hit, smiling about it, loving it. I like that guy. So yeah, so I was thinking, I got this little chart. So
Okay.
it says likelihood of rare MLB single game feats, and some of these things were kind of crazy to me. We can take a look at it. Like I don't know.
2 grand slams in 1 inning.
Yeah, it's only happened once in all of baseball. So I wonder you're over there. I'm gonna read it to you, but
Mhm.
there's a bunch of them. I'm not gonna go through them all, but some of the ones that stuck out to me are I never would have known. But 3 sacrifice flies in an inning happen 11 times. So the chances of it happening is 21,431 games, so to
Wow.
speak. Right.
I think it might stay at 11.
Well, a lot of it happened after 2000. Before 2000, there was only a few. So
Wow.
immediately I thought, and some other people that I was talking to when we were discussing this, it was,
What are you, an odds maker? No, I'm just
no,
playing.
not an odds maker. I wish. I wish I could give good bets, but unfortunately, I don't want people to lose money on my behalf.
Good man.
Right. So I'll
He's
just
fair.
leave that to the professionals in Vegas. But
The Sharps.
so Ernie, I was hanging out with Ernie yesterday golfing, and then we went back to one of our buddies' house for a barbecue, and we were talking about this. And he asked me, he's like, "How could you have 3 sacrifice flies in an inning?" So I sat back and thought about it for a minute,
Analyzed it.
analyzed it, and it wasn't very simple. But my first train of thought was, you could have 3 if on one of them the guy goes to make a catch, makes an error, and they'll give you the sacrifice fly
right.
then an error.
Okay, I see.
Now, apparently, it's not a rule, but you can only do that with less than 2 outs.
Oh, this is what you guys were talking about at
Right.
the party.
So if it's 2 outs, right, and you hit a fly ball, and a guy can score, and the guy drops the ball for whatever reason, hits his glove, he trips, whatever, and they call it an error, it's not a sacrifice fly because it's with 2 outs. So presumably, if you were supposed to make the catch, it would be 3 outs, a run wouldn't score.
Right.
Right? But if there's no outs or 1 out, you can't assume it. So if you make the error, you'll get the sacrifice fly, and the fielder will get the error, you'll get the RBI, and that's how you have 3 sacrifices in 1 inning.
I see.
So for most people that out there don't know it, that's how it would go.
Layman's terms, yeah.
Less than 2 outs, you can have the 3 sacrifice flies. 2 outs, you won't be able to do it because it's just an out. I don't know if anything else stands out to you, but since the reason why we looked this up is because we're looking at the perfect games. So the perfect game was 24 perfect games. So
Was Abbott a perfect game?
no, that was a
No hitter, no hitter.
That's the only no hitter with
One arm,
1 hand,
one hand.
and that's amazing in itself. Like,
Hell
we talk
yeah.
about
Well
that.
done. My friend was at that game.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
an awesome game to be at.
Shout out to my friend Mike Flaherty. Hope you're doing well, fam.
Right, we all do. So yeah, there's the 4 home run game, which happened 18 times, 10 RBIs, unassisted triple play. These are all rare things,
I
right?
had an unassisted triple play back in the day.
Doing what?
I was playing third, and
Softball or baseball?
Was this when you were on the
softball.
Yankees?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. No, so I was playing third, and the bases were loaded. There were no outs, and
Ooh.
I don't know what the girl on second was thinking, but fly ball, and she took off from second. I caught the fly. I stepped on third and tagged the runner running at me. 1, 2, 3, boom.
Nice.
Did
Very
it
nice.
barely move?
Unassisted?
Barely moved my feet, mind you.
So basically, you did something that would in baseball would only happen one out of every 15,000 some odd games.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty crazy.
Sounds like a rare feat.
Yeah, I never had a triple play, so it is.
Kind of cool.
100%. How about 3 hits in 1 inning? That's kind of crazy too.
What's the number for that?
It only happened 3 times.
Hey, 3's a magic number, right?
Oh, and that's, I guess, once every 78,579 games.
Think about it. You'd have to go through the lineup 3 times
Almost
in
3
one
times, at
inning
least.
to get to you 3 times.
Right. It's not easy.
I mean, if you were the leadoff, right, you could have gone through completely twice, and
Right, or
but
somewhere in the top, or but
that's-
depending on where the inning starts, you'd still have to go through the lineup twice, which doesn't happen often at all either. Especially nowadays when guys are striking out left and right and really can't hit. So at least here in New York, we're suffering here for offense.
2 on, 1 out.
cool stats though.
Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know about them. Like I want to keep this in the bank to talk about every
You know,
once
it's
in a
gotta
while.
suck though. Perfect game lost on the 27th batter.
13
that hurts.
13 times.
What about that guy, Sanchez? Was it a pitcher for Florida or
Anibal
Detroit?
Sanchez?
It was a pitch. I don't know if it was him, but it was a pitcher for Florida or Detroit. And the I feel like on the last out, the umpire screwed him.
Do you remember how he screwed him?
You know what? I'm gonna Google that, and then we'll talk about that
Do
next
it. We'll
week.
come back to it.
Okay. We'll make sure you remember that then.
I'm gonna work on it, champ.
I'm gonna work on it, champ. There you go. Yankees out of the inning. Great. Double play. Awesome. Way to go, guys. All right. Well, at least we're only losing 1-0 in the end of the second. Maybe they'll do something. But all right. So yeah, I hit most of my topics. I guess the next thing we're gonna do is movies and TV shows. We'll go from there. I don't know if anyone saw anything.
Did you see any new films?
I have not. I'm going to see Indiana Jones on Friday.
Nice.
Hopefully.
I heard it was really good.
Did
I've
you?
only heard positive stuff.
That's really good. I don't know about you guys. I love movies. I know Wanda does.
Oh, you
Christina,
betcha.
We'll find out your opinion in a second. But when I'm going to go to a movie, I'd rather not hear if it's good or bad.
Right.
If
You
someone
want to
tells
go.
it to me,
You
that's
want to go
fine.
in clean slate.
But I'm not gonna
Tabula
read
rasa.
stuff because sometimes people are one way with it and they'll just like talk crap about it.
Right.
And then I go watch it and I'm like, I loved it. And then sometimes people are like, oh, it's the greatest movie ever, and I'm like, it's terrible.
You don't want any outside influence.
I just want to go and enjoy the movie, and I have my
I
own
feel you
opinion.
on that.
And then after that, I could read whatever and maybe try to change my mind. But I don't know.
Word, I respect that.
Christina's ultimately very busy with work, so I don't think she sees many movies or TV
really
shows.
No, not really. But I also hate going to the movies.
Why?
I don't know. I
Okay,
just
thank
don't
you.
love it. Like
Thanks.
sitting in the theater, not being
What's
able to
wrong
move.
with
Like,
that?
you know what? If you're at home, you have something to do. You have to go to the bathroom. You can pause.
They have bathrooms there.
Yeah, but you can't pause the screen.
Right.
So
Well,
you
you gotta time it
miss-
up. You gotta time it up.
Okay, but how do you time it up if you're not doing research like Pugs doesn't do, right? You don't know when you
go to the bathroom.
I can
before
hold
the
it for a
movie
while
starts.
And what
too.
if-
So
Have you met me?
No, this is the first time.
I'm sure they
I
have.
have a very
I
tiny
don't know.
bladder.
I'm sure they have devices for
so
that, right?
I can't sit through a 2-hour movie in a theater.
Oh, that's
and
unfortunate.
not be able
because
to
most
get
movies
up.
are at least 2 hours.
Exactly my point here. So if I'm
So
at
you'd
home,
rather
I
watch
can
it from the
pause
comfort of your own home. is what
Yes.
you're- Okay. I like going to the movies. He
You know,
likes
a little
going to the movies.
Netflix
So
and
we
chill.
have a difference of opinion.
But have you been to the movies recently where they have like nice reclining seats?
It's great.
Yeah. This still doesn't do it for me.
No?
No.
Is that because you fall asleep? Because
Sometimes.
Listen, I'm gonna go as long as the cinemas are open. You know, I'm a brick and mortar type of guy, so
Yeah,
that's
I'd
how I
just
like
much
my
rather
film.
watch at home.
So you wait basically for these movies to come
Well,
out.
at this point, how long are you waiting? 2 weeks?
No, longer than that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Depends. Well, unless it is really bad, I guess.
Yeah, like if it's a quick hit, like some of the movies, and they don't do well, you might not have to wait long. You might have to wait like a month. But and I guess that's a good thing about streaming services now, right? Or even
Mm-hmm.
cable. So like cable, so that they don't die out to the streaming services. After like 2 weeks, I guess they make some kind of deal with these companies
Yep.
so that you could rent the movies on
On demand. Exactly.
and it's like $6.99. Sometimes it's $20 because it's still technically in the movie theaters. That would work for you. For me, I don't know if that would work. So I'm going to spend $20 to sit in my own home. I'm going to go out to the movie theater, sit in the recliner,
Right.
get the movie theater popcorn, which is probably the best on the planet. Usually,
Oh, I
and watch
love
it
it.
there with the giant screen. Because even though I do have a
Full
big TV,
experience.
I want that full experience, like Wanda said. And I'm getting a little up there in age. I can't hold my piece sometimes either. But I'll make sure I go right before the movie starts, like right when there's that commercial with what is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's 30 minutes of
Well,
I don't want to say
garbage.
garbage, but
No,
30 minutes of
trailers.
filler before.
Right, and nowadays, when we were younger, for the most part, and I know you're seeing it along in the house, but still, we didn't have trailers on our phones or on TVs and stuff like that. So you went to the movies and you were excited about the trailers
Yeah,
to see what was coming out. Now the trailers are all over the place, so it's like he said,
it's
just
more
filler.
advertising.
And then you got Nicole Kidman has like a 3 minute spiel about going to the movies. Like you could easily go to the bathroom and that, and then boom, movie hits.
And they
and you're ready
have
to go.
the new one is getting concessions, I think, but and it's just all quotes. It's like people doing quotes for movies. That's their new ad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's pretty clever,
I
actually.
think that's Regal's
Yeah, it's Regal.
commercial.
Yep.
And AMC is the Nicole Kidman one, which is capture the magic and watch the movies.
Nice.
Blah, 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 blah.
Very cool.
She needs a paycheck apparently.
So I guess none of us saw any movies, right?
I haven't seen anything recently. Just a lot of reruns.
I didn't. I mean, I saw The Flash a
Right.
couple weeks ago.
I think we talked about that, right? Yeah.
I saw Transformers and I saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Did you watch the second episode of Secret Invasion?
I did.
How was it? I didn't see it. It's good?
Without ruining anything for you, it was good.
Okay.
Like, I know what's going to happen next from that
episode.
So
okay.
I don't know exactly when it's going to happen.
Right.
But
you wanna elaborate? It's okay. I'm okay
sure?
with it. Yeah, of course. For the fans, dude.
All right. So I think they're going to introduce the Super Scroll in that, which they probably shouldn't do because it's different from the comics. Because Fantastic Four, like they didn't create the Super Scroll, but they took their powers from the Fantastic Four.
Right.
But because Fantastic Four is so far away, and I guess they needed something to do in this show, they're gonna piece it together with like I guess some kind of machine where they get similar powers to the Fantastic Four.
Very
so I'm
cool.
excited about that because that'll be really cool for a TV
show.
Yeah,
to bridge, yeah.
To bridge certain things, and maybe the Fantastic Four, comes and like finishes that show.
Are they still
in the movie?
Are they still doing a Doctor Doom movie?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought that was a project at one
If
point.
it would be in the Fantastic Four. So I don't know if they're going to do that or do something separate from that, but we'll see. But the show's good. It's picking up.
Nice.
There's probably only 6 episodes, so we don't got much left. Within a month, we'll be talking about the whole season.
It's funny. I just thought of this a second ago. I actually did start something else. Well, I mean, I've seen the show before, but there's new episodes. Black Mirror. Have either of you seen it?
I've heard of it, but I have not seen it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. So there's new episodes of that. So I started the first one. I didn't finish it, but I just like the way, the storytelling, and it's just.
What's the premise of it?
It's like I guess it's like, I don't know if this is exactly the premise, but this is what I take away from it. It's like technology and like how things can go south with that. I guess it's like, do you want to elaborate, Rock?
Well, so I think there's 3 seasons. Each episode is a different story. You ever see The Twilight Zone?
Yeah.
It's something like that, New Age. So he's not wrong. Like a lot of it has to do with different types of technology, like video games and social media and different stories revolving those things. And most of them are somewhat set in the future, so it's how like social media might evolve one day
or devolve.
Right, and it's wild. They're definitely wild
Well put.
episodes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not all of them are great, but I don't remember how many episodes are in each season, but it's enough where like you get a different taste of everything, and some of them are wilder than others. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and it's super original, which is, you know,
Maybe
always
check that
something
out.
that I look for.
Well, the people out there and you should be checking it out soon, especially when you're at home working. Like you have to follow along, but sometimes you don't. So it's good to have sometimes in the background, and then if it catches your eye, you could like take a break, watch an episode, and get back to work because we know you do a lot of work at home at times. So it's always good for you to take a break, especially when you're at home. You get cooped up all day. Like you work from home on Fridays,
Fridays,
right?
yeah.
Which is good because now you don't have to travel
The
to work.
city.
Right.
It's not even so much the to the city; it's the from the city on a Friday. That's what gets me.
Oh, I totally hear you. On that.
He has a few rants about that.
Totally hear you on that.
Oh, I could join him in rants all day. We should save a whole episode
Well,
just
they
for that.
got thankfully that portion is closed. So, any new TV for you, Roy?
I don't know if it's new for me, but it might be new for you guys. The Witcher that has their third season out.
No, I didn't know that. When did that drop?
I think it was Thursday or Friday of last week.
Oh, cool.
It was definitely last week at some point.
You
But
digging that?
It's really good.
Nice.
And it's quick because they don't do the full binge, so they'll give you 5 episodes, and then they'll give you another 3 or 4 in like a month.
Okay, so like a
Netflix
taste
has been doing that recently. I don't know why they're doing it.
staggered release. I
Yeah,
guess.
because they used to just drop the whole season,
Yeah.
but lately I feel like they've been dropping like half a season
Yeah.
and then the other half, but only a month later, which I don't understand.
Mid-
If you're gonna drop another half,
Do it a couple months apart.
Borrowing a page out of television's book with the mid-season finale.
right? But even when TV does it,
They do a
like,
much longer
yeah, like
window of time.
for example, Fear the Walking Dead.
That's still on?
Yeah, I think this is his last season. But Fear the Walking Dead, they started it. I want to say like February or March, and then it ended in like April, and now we're waiting for it to come back in like July or August.
Oh,
So
I
make
see.
you wait a few months, whatever the time.
But that's like that's a good suspense. Like you don't, if you're gonna release it a couple weeks later, there's just no point. Release it all at once.
That's exactly what they're doing, which is silly, right?
Mm-hmm.
They literally just came out last week, which was like the end of June. It's coming out the end of July, and I think it's actually 3 episodes. They give you 5 in June. They're gonna give you 3 in July. Like at that
Bad
point-
marketing.
Right, you're 100% nail on the head. Drop it all at once at this point,
What does it matter?
because by the time you watch it all, it'll be a month later anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If you wait a week or even if you binge it, I mean, I guess depending on like your life situation, you'll be done in a couple weeks, and then it'll be July.
I
Like
think
I just started it. I'm in July. By the time I'm done, it'll be the end of this week. I wait 2 more weeks, and then boom, here come the other 3 episodes. Silly.
I'm gonna get back into that graphic novel, Walking Dead. That was a good one.
Reading it,
Yeah.
do it, and
Yeah.
then tell us about it. The regular Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, so you never finished it?
No, I read it a long time ago, but I got up to a certain point and then I fell off. But I did enjoy it. It's really good. Robert Kirkman, I think, is the author.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Definitely let us know when you do.
Image Comics, I believe. Yeah. Shout out to them. Yep. Did you have anything, Christine? Anything you watched? Television?
No.
Movies?
I'm never home.
Okay.
I have really nothing to contribute to this part of the
That's
conversation.
okay.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, listen, we're just thankful that
Well, do
you.
you have anything you want to talk about in general? The floor is yours. I'll give you the floor for a few minutes. Get something off your chest if you want.
Do you follow TikTok challenges? Do you ever watch TikTok challenges?
No, I don't have
76?
TikTok.
Oh man.
I do watch TikTok, but I haven't seen a challenge in a little while.
All right, so there's a new challenge going around. It's the tortilla slap challenge.
Oh, I have seen internet videos of that though. I didn't know it was a challenge. I just thought people just did it for a laugh. Or something.
All right, so basically, I mean, it is very funny, but basically, you have 2 people who fill their mouths with water, and they get these giant tortillas, and they just slap each other in the face with them until someone spits out the water.
When is the bridge plunge challenge coming?
The bridge plunge
Yeah.
challenge?
You know, like if it's everybody will do these challenges, you know, just
Oh, like
jump off a bridge. Yeah.
Okay, I don't like.
We're not talking about that because then if someone starts jumping off the bridge and dies,
That's on us. All right,
That's
disclaimer.
don't jump over a bridge.
Yeah, we're
please.
gonna edit that in post.
And you know what? We're not because I can't. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the tortilla challenge, which I feel like it's a little more safer. So Christina,
A bit.
you know, I was around when this happened. I didn't see it on TikTok. I saw it live.
Wait, you were there?
I saw it live. Yep.
Where was this?
This was
At a barbecue Saturday.
This
at a
Saturday?
barbecue.
Where?
Yeah, we were at a barbecue together. At
Where
one
was
of our
that?
friend's house. In what is it? Belrose.
Belrose.
Who?
Margaret.
Oh, cool.
And we'll hopefully have her on the show at one time.
Shout out to Margaret.
Maybe both the girls will come on the show and they'll have their own rants. And maybe we'll just do a whole rant show. And me and Wanda just take a break for a week. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll sit that one out,
We'll
baby.
figure it out. We'll be like the producers in the background and give them
Right.
like, you know,
We're all about empowerment here.
Right. So yeah, let's get back to the tortilla challenge. Explain it again.
All right, so you have two people. You fill your mouths with water, so you almost look like a chipmunk. And then you take turns slapping each other in the face until somebody just spits out the water.
However, are there any other rules besides that? You could do anything you want with the tortilla, or so your sister do some dirty things on
What?
Saturday?
Well, I mean, that's
Some
how it's
parlor
supposed
tricks?
to go. But usually people give up after a few slaps. My sister and I are both very stubborn, and neither one of us wanted to give in. So this went
It
on
was a
for
battle of
how
wills.
long? How long did it go on?
The video went on for almost 12 minutes.
Wow.
And both girls had red cheeks and ears. One of which, I'm not going to say which one it is.
Did you guys used to like brawl when you were younger?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, we
Yeah,
did. My mom was
this-
like, "This is nothing new."
Iron sharpens iron, right?
This was pent up energy from years ago or just recently. Who knows?
So, scores to be settled.
Right, it's just sister on sister beef, if you will. But
Live.
one of them could not hear out of their ear for a little while.
Oh,
I don't know
boy.
because there was tortilla stuck in there.
Hopefully, it's not an eardrum.
Well, I mean, we're going to have to find out because it was only 2 days ago. Hopefully she has her hearing back.
She
But,
she has her hearing back.
oh,
Great to
God.
you love to hear it.
Thank God. But I'll tell you this much. It was it was definitely funny.
Intense.
Intense for sure.
I wish we had like a reaction video of you.
That's where I was going to go next. We have a video of the 12 full minutes, but it's going to be up to the two if they want to put it out on our, I guess, Instagram. And it's
On
not
our
gonna be
socials.
Well, there is time limit, so we will
Right.
post a portion
A
of
snippet.
the video,
Perhaps.
so you can check out the gram, see what you think,
Right.
and if you want to, slap anyone around, maybe this is a good way because, it's a challenge. So get out your pent up energy.
Right. It's not like the
For the
ice
Chinese,
challenge.
is it a challenge for the Chinese government?
I don't know at this point. I'll
Okay.
tell you this much. Whatever you do, don't use gluten-free tortillas. They tend to fall apart after the first slap, which makes you waste a lot of money.
It's
What
good
you
to know.
want to do is either go for the 10-inch or 12-inch size, like
Maybe
low
just get a
carb
pizza.
or
Just get a pizza.
Mission? Are we talking Mission?
yeah, Mission
Yeah,
or
that's a good
anything
brand. I
that's
like
10 to
this.
12 inches, and it's the thicker
Hey, now.
kind of tortilla, like the spinach one, the whole grain, or the low carb. They're all very thick, and you could slap them all day long, and they won't break. The gluten just breaks apart like it's putty in your hands.
Sorry,
or,
Mama. We wrecked an entire bag of
Two bags.
tortillas. Two bags.
Two bags.
And then we picked up the remaining pieces and put them in plastic bags and smacked each other around with the bags for a while. So
which, full disclaimer,
Smacked yourself silly.
because it's almost like getting hit with a golf ball at that point. It was very moist, solid tortillas in a ball, okay, and they were wailing on each other. So we don't want that to happen to anyone out there. Just buy the good stuff. Do what you want to do with the tortilla. A little slap here and there. some
put out your
mash.
bets with each other.
How
Have a
can
good
she
time.
slap?
Right, it's almost like the slap. It's not the Olympics, but it's like on ESPN at times.
Yeah, it's a
Bro,
new
and
sport.
slapping
It's
each
like a
other.
new sport,
Yeah,
right?
it's like, there's a lot of new sports.
Yeah,
right?
this
It's
is
popping
more
up
fun.
all the time.
Yeah, this is definitely more fun because I don't know. When you see it in person, you'll know. That much I can tell you. It's hilarious, especially when you're doing it with your friends and how they embarrass each other with slapping themselves with tortillas and not giving up for 12 minutes. There was at least 100 different slaps of tortillas.
You guys should have put on "Smack My Bitch Up" by Prodigy.
Well, there you go.
That would have been up to the spectators. They failed.
Right, next time.
Well, we wanted to go just with like regular oohs and ahs commentary in the background. Like it was getting
Yeah.
vicious at
Right.
times on both ends.
Oh, so you think that might have added to the intensity? Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe not
like
the best
the music
idea.
would have lightened the mood up.
Oh.
It wouldn't have been as good, I don't think.
Oh, you
Just
were
the
looking
booze and us,
for
like,
you were
oh,
looking for some violence.
blood. Yeah, some blood. I wanted to see blood. We didn't get to see any blood.
No, thank God for the
No.
bloodshed.
No. We saw
Well,
a
that's
lot of
good.
red ears
I'm glad you
and
both
red
walked
cheeks.
away, and
Yeah.
I'm
We
glad
called
your
the
sister's
truce.
hearing is back.
Well, do you have any injuries?
Oh, me? My chin still hurts a little bit
There you go.
in the corner.
Be
It's a little
careful.
bruised, but just because she whacked me with a bag of
Right, so don't use a
tortillas.
bag.
Just use real tortillas.
And if you break them, spit the water out if you don't have any more. Go to the store, get more. Come back and redo. Do not put it in a bag with all the little pieces, and then it winds up forming into a ball. It's all wet, and now it's like you're gonna hit with a golf ball on your chin, or neck, or ear. You know, never good. Oh boy,
That was dumb.
that was bad.
Out at third.
Got anything else?
Yeah, actually, since we're closing this out, I just got 3 musical selections. If you so choose. First, we're going to go with, this is an older album, Like Clockwork by Queens of the Stone Age. Big fan of this one. My friend Mauricio put me onto this, so shout out to him. Secondly, we have Currency and Harry Fraud, Vices, that just came out Friday. Really enjoying that one. And third, we have Domo Genesis, Red Corolla. That came out on Friday as well, and I'm really digging that one. So those are your choices for this week.
All right. Well, I guess with all that being said, and we got almost everything out of the way we wanted to talk about this week. Stay tuned next week for another episode. I want to thank Christina for coming by. Wander always is here.
Happy 4th, everybody. Be safe out there.
Be safe.
Yes.
Cheers.
There you go. So happy 4th of July. Enjoy your week. And yeah, we'll wrap it up. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend or week. I hope you had a great weekend.